step by step that including they would like to have the logical thinking to explain the program how to do the process. And with today, we have a lot of technology that can use to support the learning. And in today, we have a lot of things. For example, you can use the game-based learning to support the learning in many fields. And also, we can use the collaborative learning to support them to learn together. And also, we can use the ubiquitous learning to support them to learn anywhere and anytime. And to solve the difficult of the computer programming difficult. In this study, we aim to develop and use the ubiquitous collaborative learning environment to support them to learn the computer programming with their partners. In this study, we have the idea to include the ubiquitous learning with the flipped classroom approach and also use the online collaborative learning that support with the IT that normally have in any university. This is the research question. We have 3 research questions to make sure that the new learning approach can support the student in learning computer programming. The first one we have to evaluate that the difference of the learning acceptance between the student who prefer to learn individual and the student who prefer to learn in a group. And also we have to evaluate the learning motivation between two of them, and also evaluate the learning achievement as well. This is the 3 research questions for this study. For the research experiment, the participants in this study including 82 freshman students who learn in the fundamental computer programming subject. And the first time we give them to do the questionnaire to let them prefer to learn like an individual or prefer to learn like a group. And we can classify into groups. The first group including 33 students who prefer to learn independent or individual by themselves, and another group is 44 students that prefer to learn with their classmates like a group. And the 2 measurements for this study including 3 measurement tools. The first one we use to evaluate the learning achievement. For evaluating the learning achievement, we will use the test from the midterm test and final test. For the test content, it's cover all factors in the fundamental of the computer programming. And in the test is consists of various types of the question, such as the true-false question, the short explanation question, diagram drawing, and also write the programming code. And another tool is the motivation questionnaire that we apply from the grade sign motivation questionnaire. This questionnaire including 3 dimensions for evaluate about the intrinsic motivation of the learner, self-determination motivation, and also the self-efficacy motivation of them. And for the this questionnaire, we use the ordinal data according to the Linker scale from 1 to 5. 1 is mean not good, not okay, and 5 is good or okay. And another tool is the apply from the 10 model that we would like to evaluate the acceptance of the learner when they learn why the new environment by using the collaborative learning. And for the evaluate the acceptance, we will conduct in 4 dimensions that including perspective of use, perceived usefulness, attitude toward the use, and behavioral intention to use. And also the questionnaire is the ordinal data according to the Linker scale from 1 to 5 as well. And the main thing that we apply in this study, we use the LTDS. The LTDS is stand for the Logical Thinking Diagnosis System. That we will use this one to support the student to learn like a collaborative learning by using this system like a medium that can join everyone to join in the class. And also they can use this system outside the class as well. This one is the main interactive interface of the LTDS. In this system, it including the cooperative area, the chat menu, the content explanation, question explanation, and feedback area. This system supports students in participate in the group learning. They can review the subject matter, brainstorm with their classmates using the chat box to type the idea, and also they can get the feedback from the teacher when they finish group work. And on the left-hand side, is the cooperative area that this for the cooperative area, the student can work together to solve the problem by deciding the programming procedure as a flowchart diagram. It's with the idea for before they can do the program by coding. And with the real-time collaboration, students can drag the flowchart symbol from the left-hand side and put in the cooperative area. And as well, the uh, the team can help them to manage or fix or solve some step if it's not correct. And during their working time, they can brainstorm and talk to their group using the chat box feature that show on the right hand side. Students in each group can chat and share their idea to solve the problem via the group chat menu. And also on the other hand, in terms of the teacher, we can monitor our student work by selecting the group and provide the suggestion during the practice time. And also when they have finished group work, the teacher can give them the feedback about the answer that they done from the system. And this is the procedure of our study. At the first time, in terms of the teacher, they have to explain about the new environment that the students have to meet when they have to learn why the new system. And then on the sixth first week, the students have to learn by themselves outside the class and they have to learn inside the class, but something is different from the normal because on the outside the class, the students have to learn by themselves while the material course that teacher prepare for them, including like a video clip, the course material, and also they can learn with their classmates while the LTDS outside the class as well. And for inside the class, when students come to in the class, the student have to practice to solving the problem to design the flowchart for their programming. And also they have to use the LTDS to be the medium to join and to solve the problem together. And after that, after finish six first week, the student have to take the midterm exam for checking their understanding about the first six chapters. And after that, after the midterm exam, they have to learn other 6 weeks again about other six chapters. As well, they have to learn like a previous step. It means that they have to learn outside the class by themselves with the class material that teacher prepare, or they can learn while the LTDS with their classmates. And also when they come to the class, they have to learn like a collaborative learning environment. And after finish 12 weeks, the student have to take the final exam that for including all content that they learn from the 12 weeks. And after that, they have to do the motivation questionnaire, and also they have to do the acceptance questionnaire as well. And this is the result of this study. For this one, it shows the result of the learning acceptance. If you look at this table, it shows you that there are different there are have a different significance between the students who prefer to learn individual and who prefer to learn in a group. But if you look at the mean score, you will see the students who prefer to learn in a group, they will have the higher score of the all dimension of the acceptance. And this one, the result of the learning motivation as well, is have the different significant between the student who prefer to learn individual and also with the student who prefer to learn in a group. And also the mean score of the student who prefer to learn in a group, why the LTDS have the higher score than students who prefer to learn individual as well in 3 dimensions of the motivation. And this one is the result of the learning achievement. For this point or this dimension, it shows that it's not different. It's not different between the students who prefer to learn individual or students who prefer to learn in a group. Because the LTPS can support all of them to get the base score when they learn together. But in this, if you look at the mean score, it's as well the students who prefer to learn like a group have the higher test score more than students who prefer to learn the individual. This is the conclusion that tell that for the research question 1, we can explain that the result is show it has something different about the acceptance between learner who prefer to learn in the individual or prefer to learn in the group. And the score of the acceptance of the student who prefer to learn in the group is higher than the student who prefer to learn in the individual. And for the research question number 2, the result is shown as well. It shows same. The students who prefer to learn in the groups have the high score more than the students who prefer to learn in the individual. And for the research question number 3 about the achievement, from the research result, it shows that the LTDS can support students, both of them, both of who prefer to learn individual or who prefer to learn in the group. It can support them to more understanding about the computer programming. And in summary, the external results show that the new learning approach that we can use the collaborative learning and Ubiquitous and also the fifth classroom can promote the computer programming achievement by combining all of them together. Because when the students learn by the new learning environment, they can learn from their classmates' feedback and unique perspective through the collaborative learning as well. Besides, the ubiquitous learning lets user practice programming anytime and anywhere with their performance. This method can help students get better at programming and succeed, whether they study by themselves or in a group. And the experiments result indicate that a new learning environment is effective. And but something we have to be careful and we have to look like a factor in the further study is about how to promote the students who would like to learn in individual to get more motivation and acceptance with the collaborative learning because it can help them to get more achievement as well. Okay, this is all for our study in this topic. Thank you very much for your attention.
All right, thank you for an interesting and timely presentation. Are there any questions?
No, in the room.
Yes, I think no.
Okay, no question.
Oh, wait, okay. So, what are the next? One question from me then. What are the next steps for your research?
Oh, I plan to concentrate with the individual student factor. How to promote them to enjoy with the collaborative learning because I think the collaborative learning can help them to get more information, get more knowledge, or get more the will from others. This is the main objective that we would like to study in the project.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. All right. If there are no questions, then we can move to the next presentation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we have a question in the.
All right. Okay. I didn't.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Is there any difference about outside class study hours time between the individual study or in-group study
For the outside,
outside class they have a unlimited time for study. There was there any difference?
because that we design in the outside class, we design to help them both of the learner who would like to learn individual by themselves, that they can learn from the quick video, they can learn from the course material. But for someone who cannot learn by themselves, we prefer them to learn via the LTTS outside the class as well, that they can join to the LTTS outside the class with their friends and they can learn together.
Another question. So during this study period, so some students studied in group.
Uh, uh, all of them.
All of them?
Yes, because for this study, we would like to evaluate the difference between the individual different learning. We would like to find the difference between students who like to learn by themselves and students who like to learn in the group.
So that was a preference just. Okay. And the group, the method of the group was fixed always.
In the system, we can define the number of group depend on the number of students. But normally in this class, we define 5 students in group.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your question.
All right. Any other questions, both in the physical or the virtual room?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Then thank you very much. We can thank you for your